along the flume trail.
She's always out there. Thanks, Kristen.
Yeah, I'll talk to you again in a
Out
minute.
there on the flume trail. You been out a little bit, Jeff?
Absolutely, we've been riding plenty.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Wow.
I know you got a new baby.
Yeah, thank you
Little
very
Coco.
much.
She's
Yep.
doing good.
She's
10
very
weeks.
healthy. Yeah.
You been sleeping?
No, a little bit here and there. You know, we're used to it. It's our third.
Yeah.
So
Oh, it is your third.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we're kind of in the groove.
Gee, how many more you got coming? You think?
That was it.
That's it. You're done.
Yeah.
done.
We lost some plumbing on that one. So.
Okay. I got you. Jeff Cowan from TRPA. I know they just did some kind of a draft or something. How's Lake Tahoe doing?
Well, you know, the environmental threshold evaluation report we do every 5 years.
What's it called again?
It's an environmental threshold evaluation report. So,
wow, sounds very.
By law, we have to uphold these thresholds or carrying capacities. They're just standards for the basin on everything: scenic, noise, recreation, water quality, air quality. Mm-hmm. There's about 9 categories of standards that we monitor and that we try and have this regional plan, regulatory structure, and policies and other measures that get there. So every 5 years we study them, we take a look at them. In this report, we're doing pretty good. 63% of the standards that were measurable, we're moving toward attainment or we're doing really well.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so, but the really big areas of concern that are really hanging out there, water quality in the summer is getting a little bit worse.
What water quality? The quality of the lake?
It's a combination of things. We have a lot of different standards we measure for water quality, but just, you know, if we just go on basic clarity, like how far down can you see with the human eye, in the summertime, that's kind of been steadily getting a little bit worse, and then we have more concerns for the near shore. We don't have standards yet for near shore, which is just when you're standing in the water at the beach. What's that water look like? What's the quality of it?
That's good.
And that's, well, you know, it depends on where you go. You know, there's a lot of areas where there's a lot of algae, there's a lot of suspended sediment and turbidity and cloudiness in the water, and then that's actually giving, you know, certain species of fish, you know, a hard time, and giving other species of shellfish and fish an easy time. So those are problems, big concerns that we're looking to. But the wintertime clarity is actually getting better. I mean, believe it or not, in wintertime our clarity is steadily getting better.
Is it because there's less boats in the water? Is it just, every time I ask a question, everybody says there's a lot of different things.
Well, you know, there probably is a lot of different things, but right now we're just having the scientists and researchers at UC Davis and the UNR really take a look and find out what is going on.
Isn't it bad?
They're guessing a couple things. So algae's a big problem because it grows more in the summer than it does in the winter. But the other thing is, you know, what is climate change doing? You know, what is you know,
and you believe in all that, the climate change thing?
Well, and you don't have to believe in it in Tahoe because they've measured. You know, we know the lake is 4 degrees warmer than it was on average about 100 years ago. So they're
how about a million years ago?
Oh, it's hard to say.
We don't know that, do we? You know what always blew my mind was there was a guy that was like the head meteorologist at NASA that said, it's not true. The Earth does all these things, and I thought that was fascinating that guy at that level, they spoke out and then they
got rid of him. And we don't get involved in like what is causing climate change, but rather we're just trying to react to it because climate change is affecting our forests and things like that too. It's making the forest fuel reduction projects that the fire districts and the Forest Service have been on. It's making them change because warmer temperatures for a long extended period of time and less precipitation at the right time of year means different kinds of vegetation. Yeah. So that could be a different thing for fire. Yeah. But anyway, so
the lake's good.
Areas of concern. No, like I say, areas of concern. Water quality. Air quality is doing good. We're doing really well. There's some
Speaking of air quality,
noise.
You know what drives me nuts with the air quality thing is they say, and I don't know much about this stuff. I really don't. But you read and you hear that it's particular matter. That's one of the main things that gets into the lake. And I come to work early in the morning, and there's these guys out there with the big leaf blowers, and I'm driving up, and I'm going, "What is there? A fire up there?" And it's blowing all the dust,
right?
And it's like that goes in that, and when it gets windy, I'm like, "Oh, great, there goes the lake."
No, you're absolutely right. There's a lot more that can be done, and that is going to be done on just controlling sediment and erosion.
Stop the wind.
Stop the wind. No, but we can do a better job of collecting what's on our roadways and filtrating what's on our roadways. We're not going to be able to stop, you know,
what is it
everything.
They put on the roads in the
sand.
winter? Is it just sand?
Sand.
Because here's another one that just blows my mind. Drive the truck around out to the ski resorts and so on, and it gets caked with that stuff that they put on the road, whatever it is, and then park it in the garage, and then it's warmer in there, so it melts. And every time in the spring, I just did it. I clean it, and it's the most finest, siltiest, nastiest.
That is the number one problem
Is that right?
that Lake Tahoe is facing. It's fine sediment, and it's crushed up sand from us driving on it on the roads. We drive over it over and over again, pulverize it. It gets smaller
You're the
and
only
smaller.
person that's been able to explain what the hell it is.
Yeah, so and then it gets stuck to the underside of your cars, gets carried to parking lots, gets carried into your driveway, and that's why we have these best management practices for stormwater, these rules on what you need to do with your home. And that's where the regional plan update is focusing on. So we've got the environmental threshold evaluation report telling us what's the environmental quality, what are the areas of concern, and we're at the same time we're updating all the policies for the basin. So regional plan update was released at the same time. It's a draft plan of how we can take the next quantum leap, essentially, in environmental restoration for Tahoe. Back in 1987, this regional plan was adopted, and we've had a lot of progress, and we've had a lot of success. But that regulatory structure took an approach of stop development, stop overdevelopment, stop people from doing bad things.
You don't want to do that.
Well, that's what we needed to do at the time, but today's different.
Oh, you did? You actually stopped it. You said, okay,
well, I did. Well, wait, we had a prohibition on building in stream zones, meadows, marshes, and wetlands.
That's the word prohibition right there. You're kind of,
does.
people are turning, they're going, prohibition, I didn't want it, so you got to change that word for one.
Right. So design standards for when you redo a project, you redevelop or remodel a house, scenic quality, water quality, all those things were in place. But unintended consequences of all of this regulation was people didn't do anything. Okay, so we've stopped too much. So now what we need to do is next quantum leap is redevelopment. About 85% of the homes in the basin were developed before TRPA's rules. They're the ones that need to be retrofitted with water quality improvements. So we need to take a different approach to how we regulate homes. So the draft regional plan update takes this great approach. We're looking at, if you do your BMPs and you get a certificate of completion for your BMPs, maybe we should say, we'll give you coverage reductions on your shed, on your deck. You can build a new deck, and we won't even count it as coverage. We'll give you coverage credits for pervious concrete, pervious pavement. Right. And then what this will do is this will make people.
You just give people beer if they do good. We'll give you a couple cases of beer. People love that in this town. I get my skis tuned and my bike tuned up both seasons, all year long.
Probably have to change the name of the agency to something like the Tahoe Regional Beer Agency.
Here would be for what the plan is to protect Lake Tahoe. Here's what I think the agency should be called: Leave to Save Lake Tahoe.
No.
Because if we get out of here, the lake will be fine. It sounds like if it's us who are screwing it up.
That is, it's a really good point, because one of the things that we're supposed to do is balance the two. We're supposed to balance man-made environment with the natural environment. That's what we've been trying to do, and we have some unintended consequences that we're trying to, cumbersome, inefficient, ineffective regulations. So the regional plan update is looking at different ways that we can do it. It's new rules for homeowners, new rules for environmental redevelopment, and better, more incentives. Instead of you don't get to do this, we're saying here's what you get to do and here's what you get for it. It's incentive based, so it's a much different approach.
How's the vibe at TRPA? I mean, because you guys have had your struggle. I mean, let's face it. People have been. I saw the bumper stickers out there. And
sure.
How's that going? I mean, because I know that when we talked in the last year or so, you said this is the big thing that we're trying to do is get back with the community and get back with personal relations.
Well, we're sticking to the commitments of changing the way we do business, and it's going to take time for a lot of those changes to affect every person in the basin to where people kind of get the idea. But we're just going to stick with it. We're going to keep constant improvements. We're doing a lot better on customer service and community engagement. I mean, we have award-winning people working at our front counter that can answer questions for everyone. It's definitely a new day at TRPA. We have a culture change going on internally that's very positive. Everybody's getting behind it. It's really good. I'm
telling you, reward them with beer. This town, this whole lake. How do you get your skis tuned? Right? Or a rum runner, Nate says. Jeff Cowan. Cowan, excuse me. Cowan, right. Congratulations on the
Thank
baby.
You.
Keep up the good work, and I always feel your passion when you come in here, man.
Right on, thank you.
TRPA, working on it. We'll take a quick break, and we come back still an hour and a half of Tahoe Today. How's that?
At the Cork and More, when we say more, we mean a lot more. Savor our huge selection and experience the aromas. Discover the sensation of quality. Acquire a taste for a new wine. Renew your appetite for gourmet food, from a morsel of chocolate to a slice of cheese. At the Cork and More, you don't simply shop, you experience the gourmet adventure.
Need outdoor gear this winter? Tahoe Sports Ltd's got you covered. Skis, poles, snowboards, large selection of UGG boots and shoes, the basin's largest supply of climbing gear. Tahoe Sports Ltd has kids and adults clothing from Helly Hansen, Spyder, and many others. Accessories? and a full rental department. Tahoe Sports Ltd, next to Rayleigh's in the Village.